Sweet Dan has comic review just for you.
Silence, you mental midget.
And now it's time for Sweet Talking Comics with Sweet Dan Sweet.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. It's time once again for
Sweet Talking with Sweet Dan Sweet and Comic Book Man and Comic Book Man's video outhouse.
It's Mr. Hollywood. That's not Sweet Dan. Mr. Hollywood hasn't been here for almost a year. Where you been, Mr. Hollywood?
Hibernating.
Hibernating. I don't blame you.
It's cold, man.
Mr. Hollywood's here for Sweet Dan, I guess, today. And we're going to talk about the fall of Green Arrow. Now, if you've been paying any attention at all, and if you're a Marvel fan, you probably haven't, but if you've been paying any attention at all, you know that Green Arrow has gone through hell over the last, month and a half or so in comics.
A lot longer than that if you count James Robinson's Cry for Justice special.
Well, yeah, James Robinson's Justice special, but you didn't know that all this was coming in the first couple issues. Not for Green Arrow.
It was still really painful, though.
Well, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. But if you're reading Robinson's Cry for Justice, you didn't know that this was going to be a Green Arrow story until you got near the end of it, when all
I don't think he knew it was going to be a Green Arrow story until he got to the end of it.
But anyway, so tell me, sweet Mr. Hollywood Dan, how's fall of Green Arrow? Rise and fall of Green Arrow.
I'll be honest.
Yes.
I have some high hopes for this.
You do.
I think, aside from the fact that James Robinson wrote Cry for Justice, they took Green Arrow in a somewhat interesting direction at the end.
Why don't you give the folks at home a recap? Spoiler warning!
Yeah, do the spoiler warning thing. Okay. At the end of Cry for Justice, this one right here, Green Arrow puts an arrow through the head of the bad guy. Because the bad guy was an a-hole.
What did the bad guy do that made him put an arrow through his head?
Blew up a lot of stuff and killed a lot of people. Most importantly, he maimed Green Arrow's adopted son, Roy.
Yes.
And he killed Roy's daughter, Green Arrow's granddaughter, Leanne.
Leanne, that's right.
Sucks to be
And he
Green
knocked
Arrow.
half the city down and killed thousands and thousands of people.
Tons of people. And here's the thing. That's not cool. You know, you can't just go doing that. So Green Arrow had enough of all the nonsense, the hoopla that comes with being a hero, and the responsibility it has for babysitting these idiots that you put into jail and they break out and then you put them back in jail. So he just, made his point with a sharp stick.
Okay.
And, at the end of it, the last line of this is Robinson retardation justice. And I'm not into it at all. However, as soon as that ended,
yes,
you jump right into the Rise and Fall special, and I put it down here because I didn't have another copy of it. It's sold out, which means you people are making good comic decisions, and I'm proud of you.
Reorders are in this week.
Good. Get another copy. Here's the deal. J.T. Krull,
yes,
who I've criticized on the Soulfire special, or new series that he was doing over at Fathom. Aspen. Yeah. This is really good.
Okay.
J.T. Krull is getting his hands on Green Arrow, Arsenal for the next, 6 issues or something like that, and he's really charting a course that's going to take these characters in what's supposed to be a new and exciting direction for them. Now, if they turn Green Arrow into a Punisher-style character of the DCU, I'm for that. Okay. If they turn Arsenal into a 90s style Image knockoff with a gun arm and trick bullets.
You just know a robot arm's coming.
Well, robot arm's coming. It's coming, but
I mean, look at Cyborg. They're in the Teen Titans. I mean,
they're
robot arm's coming.
They've already established that Cyborg is working on some sort of replacement arm for him. I just don't want it to be a giant cannon gun arm. Yeah. That shoots his fist at people with a big green boxing glove on it. You know what I mean?
No, it'll be a gun it'll be an arm with a machine gun on it. It'll be really big.
Yeah. And he'll have some shoulder pads.
Yeah, shoulder pads.
Bandoliers.
God, him sucked in the name.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what I'm afraid they're going to do with that character. So I'm 50-50 on board with the Rise and Fall. The Fall of Green Arrow, I'm excited for. The Rise of Arsenal starts this week.
Yes.
So this week being what, the 17th? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, 24th.
No, 24th.
24th.
We're doing it on the 22nd. Today's the 22nd. I'm a little confused. All right.
Great. So, it's already old when they say, "Oh, they did this on the 22nd." Ah, turn it off.
We didn't even tell them
Today's
what month.
the 27th.
We didn't even tell them what month. They don't even know.
Oh, yeah,
it's
that's right.
From the future, the 22nd of August. That's what we're doing right now.
Ah, this is old. I read this back in March.
There's some great art in here. Mike Mayhew Fabiano, Diogenes Neves. I like him a lot. They've got a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of Black Canary, Green Arrow. Why are you beating everybody up to within an inch of their lives? Oh, because Dinah and I have to.
They're married.
And probably not for very long if you read this, which follows directly on the heels of the special.
So what happens in this?
Apparently, the Justice League, or the members, Hal, Barry, and Wally, and...
Adam's in there, I think. The Atom, I think, is in there.
Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson is Batman. I don't remember seeing the Atom, which means if he is in there, he didn't play a very significant role. What happens is the Justice League starts chasing down Green Arrow because they figured out that he murdered Prometheus. And I say murdered because that's the word Barry Allen uses in a very hypocritical way, considering he snapped a villain's neck once at one point.
But Green Arrow does murder him.
Totally murders him.
The line in the book is the reason he's able to sneak up on Prometheus, and the reason, because Prometheus' thing is he knows everything about every character, and he can always plot 6 moves ahead of what they're doing, super smart. But the thing they never took into consideration for Green Arrow was he's not a superhero, he's a hunter, which, after all these years is nice of them to finally bring out. But, yeah, he's a hunter, so...
I will say that I've seen some previews for what I think they're starting a new Green Arrow series after this, a new #1. That's how they do it.
Maybe. I know this is supposed to run a while though. At least 7 or 8 issues. 2 issues?
2 issues.
I thought it was running up to number 40.
I've heard 2. Now
okay, they might have changed.
I thought in June they're relaunching the series.
They could be.
So maybe that would be 40.
Okay.
I don't know. But I heard it was going to be 6 issues, and then the Arsenal thing is 4, but apparently maybe it's 2 and 4 makes 6. I don't know.
Well, here's the interesting thing I'm hoping for with Green Arrow. This guy had one big turn in his life, and that was in the late 60s when Neil Adams, Dan O'Neill got a hold of him, and he went from being Batman with arrows to being the liberal of the DC universe. And then you had the whole Green Arrow and Green Lantern thing and hard-traveling heroes, and he's a liberal and he's a conservative and blah, 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 right up to today. Now, what happens to Green Arrow? Leanne gets killed, Roy gets his arm ripped off, his city gets knocked down, he's a liberal who's been mugged. And as the saying goes, a conservative is a liberal who's been mugged. So, I'm thinking that somebody somewhere along the way is going to flip this guy, and the Green Arrow you've been used to for the last 30 years, bye.
We'll see. And honestly, I'm not against that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but that's it. That's interesting. That's interesting.
That is interesting, and I think it's something they needed to do to keep the character fresh. You know what I mean? So pick up these 2. And they recap this in about 2 pages. So
of this.
Yeah, you don't even need that.
Okay. So, thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Oh, 2 thumbs up. Oh, all right. So, stop off at the store's website, read his reviews of all these books.
If you want.
Book of the month. This story was the book of the month for March.
Double dose, man. Double dose.
And where's the store's website at?
Sarah, tell him.
Wake up, comic book man. It's www.myalternatereality.com.
Stop off at the store's website, read his reviews, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man,
Mr. Hollywood,
saying bye!
Get out of here.
Here at Alternate Reality, all new comics are 15% off every day for everybody. That's right, all my new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. All you got to do is stop in here and pick it up anytime during the 7 days that book is new. So be sure to stop off here at Alternate Reality and pick up this week's new comics for 15% off all the time, only at Alternate Reality. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.